Hey everyone, and welcome back to Storytime. My name is Jake, and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/maliciouscompliance. If you guys want to submit your own stories, the Discord is now linked in the top of the description. I forgot to do it yesterday, but it's now there. But without any further ado, let's listen to some funny Reddit stories. My brother told me to go away, so I did. He locked himself out of his room, and I knew how to get him back in. I was all of around 13 or so, and my brother is 3 years older than me. I woke up one morning to my brother huffing and bellowing and genuinely being a jerk. It didn't take very long to realise he'd locked himself out of his room. I offered to help him, but as soon as I did, he turned around and snapped at me to go away. Oh, okay, sure. I went inside the kitchen and had breakfast, eating slowly and watching the insanity unfold. My brother is stalking, from his room to the back of the house out the back door, circles around to wrestle with his window, then to the front of the house, and comes in through the front door and paces back and forth in front of his door again. No matter what he tries, he can't get inside. Are you sure you don't want help? Get lost! I go into the living room and boot up his PlayStation, which he left in the living room, and play games for a few hours. He's so preoccupied with doing his circuits outside, around and through the house, out the back door and in the front, that he doesn't even notice. Lunchtime rolls around. I ask him if he's absolutely certain he doesn't want help. Once again, I get a slew of expletives. So I go back inside, make a sandwich, grab a glass of orange juice, and go back outside to sit on the bonnet of the car and watch as he does his circuits and wrestles with the window. I enjoy my lunch and go back inside to play more of his games. Hours later, the sun is going down and I've had my fill of games, and I go to check out how he's doing. He's standing defeated, staring helplessly at his window like it's betrayed him. So, how you doing? You managed to get in yet? He doesn't hear the sarcasm. He looks like he's about to cry. No. Look, I'm sorry about shouting at you earlier, but I locked myself out. I gave his arm a comforting pat and nodded. Yeah, I heard about that. Would you like some help? I don't know what you could do, but yeah, I've tried everything. Thanks though. Oh, it's no problem. But have you tried this? I pulled the top of his window down, where he's been trying to wrestle it up this whole time. The house is old. The windows have been painted over for many a time. So much so that everyone but me forgot that once upon a time you actually could open the windows from the top, even if it was locked from the inside. The look on his face as I walked away makes me wish I'd been wearing sunglasses, or walked away polishing my nails on my shirt. It's been 20 years since then, and that jaw drop was so satisfying it makes me smile even to this day. I waited all day for my apology, and goddamn it felt good when I finally got it. Oh, you want the right price? Well, sure. So this happened to me about a month ago. For some background, I work at a rather expensive ice cream shop, where a large ice cream is about $14. To be fair, it's over a pound of ice cream. So this annoying customer comes in with 3 children towing behind her. If I had to guess, I'd assume they were around 8 to 9 years old. She walks over to the ice cream section and starts asking what the children want. They all want the same thing, a large vanilla ice cream, and on top of it, they all want hot fudge, whipped cream, and rainbow sprinkles. Can I get 3 large vanilla ice creams with hot fudge, whipped cream, and rainbow sparkles? Ma'am, our ice creams contain over a pound of ice cream and are very expensive. You heard me, now go make my order. Ma'am, it's over a pound of ice cream, and 1 large is... Why are you still talking to me? Go make my order. At this point, I think, whatever, I'll give this lady what she wants. I don't care. So I scoop her ice cream, which takes a painstakingly long time to do, since I'm scooping a pound of ice cream 3 times and putting hot fudge, whipped cream, and sprinkles on all of them. Finally, I get to the register and start to ring her up. It's important to note that I feel bad for people, because our ice cream is very expensive. So if someone orders something with sprinkles, I, quote unquote, forget to charge them for it. In this particular case, I didn't charge her for the toppings, since she was already getting 3 larges. But with toppings, it would have been about an extra $3 for each ice cream. Your total is going to be $45.64. What? That's outrageous. Our large ice creams are very Let me speak to your manager. My manager this particular night was by far my favourite manager. Let's call him Steve. Steve was only about 5'2" and is a very passive person. He also is only a senior in high school, so he doesn't look all too threatening. Steve, can you come here? Sure. What's the problem? He, pointing to me, overcharged me for ice cream. Ma'am, I did not overcharge you for the ice cream. I want you to ring me up again with the right prices this time. Remember when I said that I didn't charge them for the toppings? Well, she said she wanted the right prices, so I decided to give her the right price. So with my manager watching me this time, I rang her up again, and this time I charged her for everything, including toppings. Okay, your new total is going to be $55.43. How did it go up in price? You were right, I gave you the wrong price. I forgot to add toppings. At this point, the defeat on her face is extremely transparent. She takes out her credit card and inserts it into the chip, and quickly leaves, muttering under her breath about how expensive the ice cream is here. After she left, me and my manager had a very nice laugh about the whole thing, and bring it up almost every time we work with each other. I'm really confused, do they not have signs that say like, large ice cream, $14? Because I always check the price before I buy stuff, I don't know about these people. Sure, I'll buy you lunch. My girlfriend is the queen of wit. Think the kind of person that delivers a comeback so sublime that you just sit there holding the rage in your face like a Cabbage Patch Kid. She is studying a master's degree in psychology, which has only made her more ruthless. Right now, she has to see consultants in an office and write a printed report to discuss with her supervisor. Last week, she was running late to get her session, and had to go in an internet cafe next door to the office to print the report. She did, and ran back to the meeting with her consultant. Halfway through, she noticed her phone was missing. In a panic, she looked everywhere for it. After a good while searching, she asked a friend who was in the office to call her, to check for the ringtone. Nothing. Not a single sound. Naturally, living in Latin America, she thought she'd have to buy a new one. And it's an expensive phone, and no one ever returns cell phones they find. After all, her friend told her, "Why don't you check if you left your phone in the internet cafe where you printed your report?" Without much hope, she ran over there and asked the guy behind the counter if he'd seen it. From the back of the cafe, this dude asked, "Is it a white Sammy Zapira with an Assassin's Creed case?" Sighing relief, she walked over to this dude, that from now on, I'll call Sleazy. "Yes, it is. Do you have it?" "Yeah, I have it. You're gonna have to buy me lunch if you want it though." My girlfriend thought he was joking. After all, such a good Samaritan wouldn't use a phone to extort a date from her, right? After laughing for a bit, she asked again, "Yeah, I've got to get back to work now. Can you give me back my phone, please?" "Sure, after you buy me lunch," he said with a smug smile. When my girlfriend gets angry, it's hard to tell from the outside if she is, because she gives them this warm smile and a cute glance, as if you were both in on an inside joke. Sleazy mustn't have found out either, because he sure as hell didn't see it coming. "Sure, I'll buy you lunch," she said, smiling, gesturing him to come to a restaurant a block away. When they got there, the dude took a seat and she asked him what he wanted to eat, to which he replied, "A pork chop." She headed to the counter, asked for one to be delivered to the table where Sleazy was already drinking the lemon juice that goes with the order. "Okay, your meal is on the way. Can I have my phone back now?" "Sure thing," as he handed her phone back. "Thanks a lot. Enjoy your meal," and she turned around and started to leave, when Sleazy beckoned her from the table. "Hey, you're supposed to eat together with me." "As I recall, you said that I had to buy you lunch. You never said that I had to stay and eat it with you. Bye." She quickly strutted out the restaurant before the dude could answer something. "You want them to be in the movie? Fine. I'm currently in high school, and last semester I took a course called Communications Technology, graphic design, filmmaking, etc. And one of our final projects was to create a short film that the teacher would show in front of the class. Now this teacher, who I'll call Mr. R, is infamous within my school for being that jerk who needs everything to go his way, as well as the teacher who followed any and every rule he could. So, for our final project, it was a requirement that everyone in the group should be in the movie. Within my group of 6, there were 2 kids who were particularly shy. I'll call them Jim and Bob, and they weren't comfortable with being on camera, especially if the film were to be shown in front of all of our classmates. We tried talking to Mr. R about their nervousness and tried to make a way to compromise with his rules, but in good old Mr. R fashion, he refused. That is when my friend had an idea. We would go out around the school and near school grounds with all of our group members and shoot parts for everyone, as if we had complied to Mr. R's rules. When we got back to the classroom to edit, however, we made 2 separate projects. Whenever he would decide to walk around the classroom to see everyone's work, we would open up the project with Jim and Bob's parts in them. But actually, we would be working on another project, which we wouldn't include either of their filmed parts. We then downloaded Jim and Bob's school pictures and included them in our film. Every 30-ish seconds for one frame, either one of their pictures would show up, meaning that they were part of the film. Right away, we could see the wrath of Mr. R coming our way after the film had finished. He dragged us down to the principal's office and tried to have us suspended and give us zeros on our final project. Unexpectedly, the principal and vice principal came to our defense, saying that his marking scheme was not clear enough and that we had followed each and every rule he had set, which meant he had no reason to fail us. We all ended up getting 90% plus on that project and vowed to never take one of Mr. R's classes again. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you did, then please do consider subscribing if you're not already, and leave a like down below if you really did enjoy it. I've been uploading a lot more, and I've been trying to respond to all the comments, but it's really hard, so I'm sorry if I don't respond to your comments, but I'll try and improve on that. But thank you again, and I will see you tomorrow.